What is up guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to climb with Sett. First of all, level 1, usually you start with the E because it gives you some early pressure. Like you can zone away a lot of melee champions like the Ornn. I don't know if he's leashing for the blue buff or not, but one thing I highly recommend is that you play top lane with Ignite, because even if you happen to be in a bad matchup, it actually allows you to get around it in a way in low elo, because people don't fully understand how to play the matchups perfectly yet. So there will be a lot of mistakes that you can punish. Yeah, the bone plating's out. Just like stay in the middle of his wave and then the enemy champ as well. So when they walk up to last hit, that is when you throw in that E. And we'll also be going for Play the Rune King, because we'll be split pushing a lot, and that is one insanely OP item when you get it as the first one. It gives you one of the biggest spikes in the game. He's playing with teleport, need to remember that, so he's coming up. And we have sustain, now we also have the W, so just gotta get this charged, and you can also do that W flash by the way. Just have to keep an eye on the jungle especially, because Kindred could be making way topside. Should die. Nice. So that was the W flash. I thought he would flash in a different way, but he didn't. It still hit him, so that's nice. But that's a pretty much guaranteed combo that you can do on Sett if you know they have the flash up. That's the Kindred as we talked about, so I'm just gonna go ahead and back off. And also why you want to be running Ignite. Wait, did he just try to freeze it? But this is the reason you run Ignite, so you can actually secure the kills and then snowball yourself that way. If I did not have Ignite here, he would just escape. Just flash out and then nothing happens, right? But with this, I can get kills for myself. He has barrier though. Don't get baited. Don't get baited. Okay, what? How did that work out? Complaining though. So Kindred finished topside, so should not be top anymore, but you never know in low elo. That's why I don't play with logic here, like you have to think in a different way. That's why I'm still gonna ward. We see Kindred mid. We have sustain, so we can afford to take some terrible trades. But Play the Rune King is gonna give you a massive spike. What? I can let this wave push towards me if I feel like I might get ganked by the Kindred, since I don't have my flash up. But realistically, Kindred should be in the bot side jungle because the Raptors just spawned. But you never know what they're going to do here, so that's why I'm just gonna play it a bit safe for now. This wave is going to push towards me. That is what happens if you manage to crash your wave into the enemy tower. And we have built in sustain with a passive, and then we also have the Vamp Scepter, of course, so we're fine. And he's toast. So I think I'll just back off here, since he does not have CP up. That was the Kindred, as we said. Hopefully this minion does not hit me. So I'm just gonna get the tier 1 right now, since I'll probably need the mobility in case I get ganked. But in these sort of matchups, what you want to do is, of course, you want to play aggressive early on, because when they get to scale up, it'll be insanely rough to take them down. Like, they will be super tanky. If it is a tank, of course. So play aggressive early on and try to stay between the enemy minions and the enemy champ, of course, given that the wave is not too big. Otherwise, you'll be taking a lot of damage from the minions. But you want to walk up and zone them away from CS. That's a pretty massive wave. But we're gonna keep it. Oh, he already has the Ramble West. Okay. It doesn't really do much though, because we can still farm. Oh no. Oh, that's my bad, sorry. I completely forgot that he has that thing that makes him unstoppable. We could have gotten that kill. I trolled. But we're just gonna fix the wave and then deny him gold that way. That was so dumb. It is alright though. Okay, he got a kill. That's the Kindred, so that means that we will not be ganked for a while. We're just gonna keep the wave at our side of the lane and then we're gonna put him behind in CS like this. And if you have a cannon minion, it's a lot easier to set up the freeze. Because obviously it's tanky and it also deals a lot of damage. Gotta trim the wave a bit because Ornn is coming, so he doesn't instantly nuke it. Take that. 5 gold. Got the bone plating out. And same thing. You can take this ward out, by the way. Pretty easy if you have your Q up. But we already have a pretty huge CS lead, so even though we did not get that kill because of a misplay from my side, we're still getting a pretty large lead. And the moment you finish Blade of the Ruined King, it's showtime. Ultimate is up soon. And if he keeps farming with his AoE ability, he will end up pushing. Now if he's smart, he just has to wait for this wave because it will push towards him. But we almost full HP. So the downside having Ignite is the fact that it does not scale as well as TP later on. And if you die in lane, you might potentially lose a lot. Because you cannot TP back and pick up a massive wave under your tower. So that's the problem. But otherwise it does give you a lot of kill pressure. It does have the ultimate up, so if you want to use yours, you have to use it to cancel out his ults. You see, if I let him auto-attack me like this, what happens is that my minions will start aggroing him. I could have flashed, but I think I would die if that happened. Oh no. Okay. Like that worked out. W dealt a bit less damage than I was hoping for. But we'll get the kill anyways. So the issue here is that obviously he doesn't have very good wave clear. Because your W scaling off of that passive first, so if you're not stacked up the passive bar, it doesn't do much. I think if we get this plate, we can get Blade of the Ruined King. So we'll do that. The all sauce is kinda... nice. Good job. IO extended, but I'm getting a massive item out of it. Good ult by the Lee Sin. Looks like another free kill. Wait, why is he not going in? Oh, he does not have ults. Ooh, okay. Like, never mind. I thought he would be out of range, which he is not. So now we have Blade. And the reason You want to get this item if you play in low elos, is because it makes your 1 versus 1 way stronger. I try to carry most of my top lane games by split pushing a lot, like putting a lot of pressure in the side lanes. And this item is perfect for that, especially if you play against, you know, other bruisers and tanks as well. It's a massive 1 item spike. This is why champs like the Aurelia always buys it. Now Sett has a lot of his damage in his W as well, but you still auto-attack a lot in fights, so you get to abuse this item. And also remember to use your Q as an auto-attack reset, so after your second auto-attack comes out, that's when you're using it. I don't see the Kindred, so another good thing you can do if you're a top laner, you can ward over here. And if this blast cone is out, up, then take it out. But especially against a Kindred or a Rek'Sai, if you don't have water around here, they can easily get around your vision. I don't see Kindred, so I'm gonna chill for a bit. Just wait. Could be bot side or she's mid. It's all free damage that is eventually going to lead into a free kill, and then we can really start pressuring that tower. Killing lots of armor, but the thing is that we had true damage on a W, that's why he tends to do well against tanks, and also because of that health damage on his Q. See if we can find the Kindred. So good thing here is that the ultimate can be used to knock people out of the Kindred ults, so they don't get that mortality. He's not going to take that one. But we can just heal up. The anti-healing doesn't matter much because when you're not hitting him, you're hitting the minions and then you're healing up that way. And if your W's down, like it is right now, then you just walk back for a bit. If you are more even in the matchup, that is. I think he warded over here, I don't know why. Oh, he would have died for that one. He would have been toast. Let's see if the fruits are up. They're not, so I think I just push out this wave and then we can reset. And if he ults me, he will not be able to engage. I can just follow up. If he wants to go for the kill, he would have to chain CC before I can use anything, and he can't really do that. The plates are down, so we can just go ahead and reset. I think we managed to get one plate, but we have that massive CS lead. That's all we need. Now we go into the mythic item. If you get Blade of the Rune King, you always want to get it first, because of the spike it gives you. And now we go into Strike Breaker. After that, you get stuff like the Hydra for the AoE damage. And the HP as well, which scales with your W. Since it is a tank though, it can be pretty difficult to kill them, because they can play it really safe and you can't really do much about it. But we got his dash out. I thought Lee Sin was going to come. We can do the same thing again. I'm gonna stand up here so he cannot last hit this minion. Bro, what? He missed it. Yikes. Okay, get one more water second. Finally, I flashed that one so we could stop him from ulting, but that guy just completely missed it. I don't know what he was thinking, but we'll take it. 2 auto attacks, then reset the last one with your Q. And if you want to wave clear, just stay in the middle of the wave so your E like drags in as many minions as possible. So when you have the Strike Breaker, the active and this combo alone will clean out most of the minions. Two auto attacks and then reset it with a Q, and if you want, you can also let the tower stay alive until it cleaned out all of the minions. And we just have to reset now. I'm gonna get some vision inside the jungle first. Also take this one out. You see the Kindred, we can also take this out. We know Kindred stop side, so it's a good time to reset. I should probably place the ward. I'll do that now. I had a feeling this was going to happen. My team is coming, so I can stay. Even though I prefer to base because of the gold I have. Should be taking that one, by the way. And if you want to engage in fights, you have to get in behind the enemy team. Yeah, that's fine. You see, I'm always trying to like ult a target into the other team. This time he cancelled it out. But by doing this, we got the flash out of the Caitlyn. So that's like your goal. You sort of like play him like an assassin when the team fights come. But usually you want to avoid it if it's too early on, because you only have Blade of the Ruined King and it does make you squishier. So your team fighting will be a bit worse, but your split pushing and 1 versus 1 will be better. I'm just gonna keep split pushing in the sides and then wait for the ultimate to be ready, so we can go for another kill. Way easier to wave clear when you have this AoE component, and rip the cannon. Doesn't matter much right now when we have this massive lead. Ultimate up in 13. Another flashes out, okay. If we had the ultimate out, could probably have killed the Kindred. Thought he was going to ult. I guess not. Doesn't matter. He's insanely fat. Need a bit more gold for the Strike Breaker. And you also, on top of also getting you wave clear, you also get the slow. And Sett is normally a champ that's very easy to kite. Pretty much anyone. If you have a bit of CC and you don't have your flash up, there should be no way that you can actually get into the fight. Unless you find a way to flank. That's why having some items that can, you know, slow people or give you bonus movement speed and stuff like that can be crucial, especially for the later parts of the game. No flash on the Kindred. You can just stay in the silence. Don't have to team up yet. It's mostly something I do if there's an objective up. For example, if the Drake was coming up, then I would look to group. Otherwise I try to pressure by being in the silence. In this case I have a pretty good team, seems like. Not too much to worry about. But in some of my other games, when I have that one person who just runs it down or they go AFK, then usually you have to team up, because if the remaining players get caught, then you just lose. Alright, I like what I'm seeing. Not too bad at all. 2 auto attacks and then into the Q. Don't do it too early on because your second auto attack comes out a lot faster. Okay, I didn't even get to reset for my mythic item. Because it looks like this is pretty much done. We should be able to go for the end, hopefully. Let's see. Oh, he's so done. He's so done. But that was the first game. Alright, we are back, this time playing against the Gragas top lane. I thought it was going to be Lee Sin, so I took armor runes. It is what it is. But same build and setup as well, with the runes. No difference there. But Gragas can be pretty annoying because he has, you know, he can kite you pretty well, basically. And he also has permanent sustain like we do. Oh, I still got hit. What? But still playing with Ignite, as I said, in low elos, that is a great thing to do. Because you'll be able to pick up a lot of soul kills that way. I'm not saying that fully charged Sparrow. Right, would not give him the face rush proc. And this is because we got level 2 first. Oh my god, that is so broken, man. His healing is insane when he uses an ability. You see, that was almost a free kill right there, and that's why I always go with Ignite in low elos. It's a bit unlucky because that kill would have done a lot for the lane. But you see, I also tried to play around that level 2 spike, which a lot of people don't respect. Another really unfortunate incident. I had to stay back for a bit until my W's up. But the best thing is probably that we did not die, so that's something. Now the W is coming up. Lee Sin could be here again. Alright, finally, you're getting punished for it. Maybe... Bro, what is this guy doing? What is that? I think he was trying to like bait me with his shield or something. But he got punished for it, finally. You can see this champ. And also, this is what I see a lot of people complain about, is that you get camped. The thing is that if they keep ganking like this and you set up the wave properly, what can they do? Because the reason I took these fights was because I had a massive minion wave. I was able to do it, and he's trying to freeze. It's whatever, we'll just back off so we don't get caught out of position. But this is one thing a lot of people in lower elos don't realize, is the fact that the moment they get ganked, they just try to run away from the minion wave and towards the tower. But in that case, during the first trade with the Lee Sin and the Gragas, I had a wave with me. So I stood inside that wave and then I fought back. I've been able to pick up a lot of kills that way, especially here in lower elos where people don't think about that kind of stuff. So that is one thing you can definitely work on if that is not something you previously thought about. Because that just allowed me to get a double kill by coming back to lane with a Vamp Scepter. Just getting some free damage off. He is out. Can keep pushing this in before he gets a reset. Might be another kill. Not gonna clean this out so his barrel does not hit all of them. Okay, bro. So just run in and ignite you or what?
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
We gotta push this out. Oh, he's staying. Does that mean somebody's here? We can heal up though, and we're pretty close to hitting level 6 as well. So if I was getting ganked once again, I would try to clean out the minions just to get level 6 fast. I could ignite the Gragas previously, but sometimes I do play a bit greedy. I'm hoping I don't have to use too much in order to get a kill. They can ult me into the tower, so that's why I had to make sure I actually have minions close, so I don't, you know, die to a tower shot. Well, that's a unlucky misplay. Doesn't matter too much. We're gonna get a ward down. Luckily the Javan is securing the Drake, and of course also go for the fruits. So the downside of having Ignite, as I said in the previous game, is the fact that you can't base whenever you want. You actually have to fix the entire wave, otherwise they can just freeze like he did previously. So even though Ignite gives you an advantage in the 1 versus 1, you have to play even smarter when it comes to the wave management and stuff like that. Level 6, and he does have the lost chapter. That's a pretty big spike for Gragas especially. And we can look to reset, because Lee Sin is headed top side, so it's a good time to reset. This champion is super broken, by the way. So no, you want some free elo, then Gragas. It's definitely a very good option. So you can go for mercs here, but I think I'll still be going for armor because they have 280 carries and 80 jungle. So if you need MR, you can always go into some other heavy items that gives you that. He's fighting, so I need to help. Bro, what? Still tanked? He's gonna jump over. Wait. Let's get some vision on this guy. I might have to flash him. This way he can suicide on the tower. Alright. So he had this one, that's why he saw the Akali coming in. I tried to save the Javan with the ult right there, so Gragas could not trigger the barrel, but somehow he still died. That's a bit questionable, but I'm getting another rip buff. And once we have Blade Rune King, as I said, it is showtime. This is how you push the wave as well, you know, stay in the middle of the wave. Hit all of them with your E. And then W. It does not insta clear out the wave, but when you get, you know, Strike Breaker, it does. It's going to clean out the backline minions. Probably opt into tier 2 boots, so he can kite you pretty well. And as I said, the reason I'm getting those is because they have double 80 carry and also 80 jungle. And also, it works against, you know, auto attack, so like Gragas auto attack, Echo auto attack. So these boots are actually good, even though you're playing against an AP top. However, if you are losing top lane, getting stumped, then of course you would just go for some MR. Could be the mercs, or could be some other MR item. This is the annoying combo he can do. Should be dead. Nice. Just about to say that, champ. But it was way closer than it should be. But at the same time, you know, looking at our build, we don't really have anything that makes you really OP yet, compared to him having the Lost Chapter, which is a pretty big spike. Should be able to get out with the ults. Also has the flash up. Press the TP. No ult on the Gragas. And this is basically just how he can keep kiting you. That's like one of the downsides to this champ is the fact that he can get kited so easily. The stride breaker is really important, especially if you're planning to, you know, go for those 1 vs 2s or team fight as well. And just runs away like that. Really fun experience. Gotta back off. Look at that. How broken is that though? 1 and 3 by the way. 1 and 3 and he can do this. So that's kind of the stuff that makes this matchup really disgusting to play. I also don't have MR, so it's sort of my fault as well, but still you can see what Gragas can really do if you just make a single misplay. He has way more built-in sustain than you do, so he can take these short trades and then just by using abilities he's gonna heal back up. Alright, we're getting the second rake. So for the Gragas we definitely need Rune King, and then we'll also be needing Breaker. They're not C. Gragas is also gonna be there. I had to push this out. Because he's gonna get flanked. I had to see if I can get something out of it. Yes, they all frost. So now it should be pretty much impossible to do anything to him. You just gotta wait. Like honestly, you gotta wait for a massive mistake from his side. Because this champ has no cooldowns. I gotta back off. We have to wait for a gank or we gotta roam. Otherwise we are not getting much done in this matchup. Let's see if we can make a counter gank work. Go in, go in. Bro, Akali just missed everything or what? How does that happen? How does that happen? Okay. We got something. He's allowed to FK push top, which kind of sucks, but that's also one thing I notice a lot in low elos is that the junglers just refuse to play around top. Even if you're winning or you're getting stunned, they just for some reason they never go top. I don't know why. It's a bit strange. Well, this is how you gotta impact if you can't do anything in the lane, and of course now he has the Everfrost. There's nothing to do here, cause he can permakite you, and he also out-sustains. And you can never engage, because his disengage is also really OP. So I just gotta focus on pushing and farming as well, while he's busy chasing the Gragas.
You got my money?
See, he has no cooldowns. Like, he actually has no cooldowns, so he can keep doing this. So you can't really get to auto-attack him. Okay, that's actually good. His ultimate is down, so that's something. So that means that we can actually clean out this wave. He's getting ulted. Okay, nice. Finally, he saw the opportunity, so we just gotta push this out. Back speed from the flag. We can go for this. They won't try to do anything as long as your W's up. But if it's down, you're dead. So yes, they can really keep kiting you like this. If I had the sums up though, I could probably kill the Echo as well. But it is going to cost them. They're going to lose another Drake. Hopefully. But it should be, because the AD carries down and they lost a lot of stuff topside. Right, I'm probably gonna head towards the Drake right now. As I said, I group when there is something to group for. In this case, it's the Drake. And we already have 2, right? So if we get the 3rd one, then we can pressure for this soul. So unless they manage to kill all of them here, I'm gonna look to group up and help. Pop this one so they have some vision. Did they not see that? Garen should just be doing the rake. Lee Sin is getting completely turned away. And we will not allow anybody to enter. We can go towards the top side. I did not pay attention to if he cleared this out or not. Oh, he didn't, so we'll take this one. If we can do so in time. But now we have the actor, of course, we can wave clear a bit more easily. We get this one and then straight back to top lane, and Lee Sin not getting his red. This one is gonna expire in a minute, so probably won't make it in time. A lot easier to wave clear now, as you can see, now that you have this item active. So you actually have some wave clear at this point. My summoners are back up.
You know who you're messing with?
Well, that's pretty insane. I think he needs help still. Wait, he's not gonna ult? Alright. Gonna heal up a little bit. Bro, Gragas is insanely broken. That is not real, man. What's happening? Luckily, this champion is getting nuked next patch. But you see how insanely impossible it is to play a champ that gets easily kited like this. Wait, what? What's this guy doing though? Luckily, we are sitting on 3 drakes, so otherwise this could actually have been turned into a disaster. We'll wait for this one, because it's a pretty massive item that we definitely need. Like as I said, you can never catch the Gragas. There's nothing to do in this lane once he has the Aerofrost, because he can permanently kite you over and over. So you gotta wait clear and then just ignore him and try to roam. Especially when he goes this, there's 0 chance of actually catching him. So the only way, as you can see right here, is that if you ult him before he gets to proc his Q. Because what then happens is that he will not be able to use his face rush. It's gonna take him a while to activate it. So that's like a short amount of time you have to actually do something. Gotta group in 2 minutes or so. Gotta push this out. Now next item is going to be the Titanic Hydra, which is a massive item in terms of your damage and also tankiness. And it does not give you any armor or MR, so it basically means that your W will scale up. But you'll be taking lots of damage, so your passive bar procs faster, meaning your W becomes OP. Okay, he wasted his ults. I can group up, my ultimate is up soon. They don't have a jungler to take it though, so it should be pretty safe. We can do this and then go straight into Drake. You can also eat people over the wall here if they are walking too close. That is also a possibility, so I'm gonna reset and then I'll go bot. Force the Drake. Then I can just keep pushing the bot side. I'm gonna lose this wave no matter what, so I'm just gonna clear this out. But it's a lot more fun to play this champ as soon as you have the Tiamat as well. Because otherwise it's pretty boring trying to clear out the waves when you have to like wait to group up the minions, then hit all of them with the E. But now that you have the Tiamat and the Strike Breaker, you can actually do stuff. Is he coming for the Drake? Oh, he is. Right, down you go. Playing that super broken champ. It is getting nerfed next patch though, the Gragas. Especially in high elos, he's always pick a ban because of... I mean, you saw what he could do. I guess I don't have to explain it. But it's mainly because like he got a lot of small buffs over and over for a long period of time. And eventually, of course, the champ is going to end up being broken. It's looking pretty doomed for the enemy team. GG's. And we are back for another game. This time I am playing against the Garen top lane. He did lose his flash because he died to Rengar level 1, so there's that. But that's another matchup where both parts have a lot of sustain. So you basically want to keep his passive down so he doesn't just get to heal up. And you can go for extended fights, because if he uses his Q, he doesn't have anything. So you can go for this, and once again, always playing with Ignite, because that is how we can pick up these solo kills. He's gonna die here, he's not getting out. And this way I don't have to use my Ignite or my Flash. So if you notice, I always try to, play super aggressive the moment I get level 2. I try to get it first. And then go for a kill that way. Usually around level 2, I either get the kill or I take out the sums. Oh, that's not real. That did not happen. Okay, W is ready to go. Via spot side, so we good on that part. We still have the Ignite up, so if we wait for our sums, should be fine. There we go. Now we can fix the wave. So it's the one thing when you have Ignite is that you can't just recall whenever you want to. Cause if you don't fix the wave and recall before that, rip XP and gold. Plugin base, and we can get the Vamp Scepter, and then I'm also getting the boots. This is so I can actually kite. Like when I get ganked and stuff, like the Vi for example. I had 2 melee champs, so having boots makes it a lot easier to kite and maneuver around their abilities. Okay. So getting the control ward instead of a health potion, because we have the built-in sustain and we also have the Vamp Scepter. We good for now. Get a ward down. I'm gonna keep the control ward for now, since this wave is pushing towards me. The wire. That's why I did not place it, otherwise that would have been gone right now. But look at the wave, it's in the perfect spot. Now those wave is a bit massive, so if you take a trade in here, of course you're going to lose it unless you can get a fully charged W off. That one was fine. I tried to use the W shield to block out some of his damage. Now the thing is here is that you want to poke him to keep refreshing his passive. We can go for this. Does not have Ignite, so we good here. Wait, is that not another kill? Okay, there we go, there we go. But yeah, that W damage, if you're able to play around that, that's so much. Especially if they face tank a fully charged W. Like a Super Saiyan W. But I always play aggressive, always. Especially on a champ like Sett, who already has a great landing phase. 2 auto attacks, then reset the last one with a Q. Like I did in the other games. The only awkward thing is his wave clear. Before you get any wave clearing items. It takes a while if you're going for Blade of the Rune King, but it does make your 1 versus 1 insanely powerful. Ooh. Let's do it like this. I don't really like getting the bow here on Sett. So just gonna get the 80 components first. Sometimes I do buy this when I want to spend like all of the gold. That's fine, we have a massive CS lead and also 2 kills, and Rengar is pretty fed as well. Same for my AD carry. And now we are probably in a spot where we can 1 versus 2. Unless we int it, because we do have the ult ready to go. So remember, stay between like his wave and the enemy champ. So just zone them away from not being able to farm. And you can just keep him out of XP range like this. This is missing, so is that a roam bot or top? Okay, he's bot. And in the center once again for the free true damage. You see, just walk up aggressively. You can pull this off if you can win the 1 versus 2 or if you know the enemy jungler will not be there. I could ult it. Oh, what? Whoops, I griefed. I should just have killed him. His ultimate being an execute. That's a bit grief from my end. Could have killed him, but I was being a bit greedy with the ults. Tried to finish him off with a W and also did not want to flash for it, since he was worth pretty much nothing. One for one or... Oh, 1 for 0. Okay.
They called me Sett the Beast Boy Bastard.
Ooh, the wave is also in a good spot for the Vex. This is what happens if you don't fix the wave. All of these minions lost for Fizz, he's 40 CS behind almost. That is not fun. Same for the Garen if I did not run it right there. Okay, oh, he's roaming. I guess that's why he's so far behind, because he just roams. Oh, he dodged it. What does he have? Okay, he has armor boots. Interesting. So just stay around here so you don't get hit by the tower when you try to poke. Just a little bit of free damage. Y is mid. Let's get a ward down. Because he's level 6. But if we use everything probably. Then we should be fine. I think she might be doing the Herald. That looks like that is what's happening. I don't have my W up yet. Yeah, we're fine. And we get the Herald. So the plates are up until 14. So I could try to use this one, but if Garen comes then I just die straight up. I'm not gonna fix this way, I just take the chance to reset and then we'll do it on the next. Since you get a fast recall anyways, might as well just use it, and then gonna push for the tower and get some of the plates before they expire in 3 minutes. Well, we have this massive item now, so now we can pretty much just auto attack them to death. Both AD carries getting pretty fat.
All words
And also no ultimate on the Vi, so that just makes it less risky for me to push, since they don't have any answer to it. Ideally, you want to hit the tower a little bit. I think I'll just place it actually. You want to damage it first, so it can actually help you make the Herald deal more damage, because the lower the tower gets, the tankier it becomes, and Herald deals true damage to the tower.
An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
Ooh, that's a Twitch getting insanely fat. We just keep pushing. He's getting pretty low now once again. Hopefully this time I don't run it down, because his ultimate is up. Just so he does not get to ult. Just getting that CC in, and a little bit of damage as well. Now we can just keep pushing. Him having the armor boots definitely is quite annoying. Especially if you're playing a champ where a lot of the damage comes from auto attacks. Like I said, but in this case you also have some true damage and maximum health damage on the Q and the W.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
So let's push this out, and then we will get the components towards the Strikebreaker.
Unstoppable.
7 kills on the Twitch. Just wait for the Ruby Crystal. And also getting this now. Usually when I'm ahead I buy this so I can clear out the vision in that jungle. Oh, that was a bit too greedy from the Twitch. So now we just keep AFK pushing. When you're this fed, you can just brute force your way through the enemy lane. I could even think about invading Vi in jungle, because the blue buff just came up and she's headed towards it. Let's see. You can leave this planned up. Usually you take it out.
Dominating. Double kill.
But that's only if you want to make sure the enemy jungler cannot gank you. In this case we have to fed anyways, so it doesn't matter, since we can easily 1 vs 2.
They say you learn a lot from a meeting. If that's true, I've made the whole world
Shut down. Legendary.
Well, it's not fun playing against a insanely fat Vex.
Enemy double kill.
Find the shield tanking a little bit, so we good. Just back off a little bit here, because if you do get ganked by somebody and you don't have your W, you're pretty squishy just because you have Blade Rune King instead of your mythic item. That did not hit. Somebody could be here since everybody's missing, so I guess that's the Twitch. Oh, almost. If I had the W up, that would have been a free Quadra kill. But we got what we wanted, and now we are building towards the item that gives us some wave clear and a lot of HP. Doesn't even have boots and 3 levels down. Unlucky. But somehow they secured 2 drakes. So if you can do this when you're behind, there's still a way to get back. There'll be so mistakes at this point, so many mistakes as you can see. Have to go towards the drake. Otherwise we are probably going to lose that. Guaranteed. So my target here is the Twitch. If I don't take him down, he's gonna carry the fights. Way use it to wave clear when you have the stride breaker, and also because it has such a low cooldown that you don't have to worry about whether you have to use it to wave clear or to fight. Find the Twitch. Yeah, how many are coming? The entire team is here. Wait, he does not have vision, right? Did have flash up. Alright. If we can pull it out, that'll be nice. So, as I said, I only try to group when there's a major objective up. So when the Drake is coming up, that is when you usually group as a top laner. Otherwise I just spend as much time as possible in the side lanes. And also ping your team sums if they're using it. For example, the flash on the Twitch is crucial because he's the fair player on their team. So that means that Nautilus can just ult him and he's going to die. Like a 3-man bot. Twitch as well. There he is. Gotta wait a bit for my ult to be ready once again. Oh no. I thought that would not enough damage to finish me off. Because otherwise I could use the W, but also the reason I kept it was because he can dodge it like this. But I should just use it for the shield and then kill with auto attacks. You get that lucky fully charged W off, that's a straight up one shot. Just going down instantly. And also this item here is, I prefer this over the gold ringer because it helps you stick to your targets. Because this is a champ that can get kited pretty easily. But even if you can ult the AD carry directly, what I try to do is that somebody's going to walk in front of the AD carry, trying to like peel and stuff. So I try to ult them into the AD carry, hit the slow, and then just engage. Run is up, I don't know why the Vex is bot lane. Ooh, okay, that's a good hit. So she can pop this bot lane and then they can go for the Baron. That would be a good play. "11 kills, just one-shotting everything on the map. We can take the base tower, should be no problems. Vi is still down. It's a Twitch we have to watch out for. Ooh. Getting out a lot of ults. That was maybe a bit too much. I don't have minions, so this is a bit overextending. Just have to focus the Twitch. That's why I'm keeping my ult right now. And they are toast. We should be able to end off of this. Always the Fed target, like if you can reach them, it's so hard to escape. Once they first get slowed by the Strike Breaker into your E-stun. Okay, he's down. Alright, Twitch is coming up though, so can't end. Almost hit. He's chasing the Vex for sure. We could actually wait here. He could also be coming up from this side. Yeah, I knew. What's it happen? Gragas coming? Yeah, there's no way I can W off of that. I thought maybe even if I die I could like set the stuff up for the Rengar. That was apparently not enough. Not even close. But you know, the reason you don't build a lot of armor and stuff on this jam is because in fights you want to take damage in a way that it stacks up this passive grid bar up really fast so you can get massive W's off. If you're building armor or magic resistance, you won't take as much damage. It makes that your passive bar will scale up or add up slower. That's a nice attempt. And we just gotta group up. And I just gotta go straight for the switch. His flash could be up. I did not pay attention to his cooldown, so I think the last flash we got was when I engaged onto him. I can ult him straight into the switch if he appears. So now my W is on cooldown, have to wait a little bit. Place a control ward so I can see him. Just gotta ult the switch and we fine. Well, that's a massive one. I don't know why he ulted me though. I'm just gonna stay back for a bit until my stuff comes back up. I still hit him with a pretty big W. And that should finally be it. Now they had nobody to defend. Or the Garen mechanics. Oh, he's gonna escape. Well, that was it. That is the third game on how to climb with Sett.